Leader wants Karukuhiri Electrate separated. More changes expected in the coffee industry. PNG Defense Force farewells third Navy vessel. Hello and welcome to Monday's news. I'm Kilawani. A third-level government leader is calling for a quick separation of the Kairuku-Hiri Electorate. Hiri local level president Hauda Roger Pardon says the district has a huge landmass and population that levels of government struggles to deliver services. President Roger appealed to the national government and relevant agencies of government.
The Hiri LLG president is not the first to raise concerns of splitting the Kairuku-Hiri Electorate. President Rogia said the district has a huge landmass and growing population. He says this needs urgent attention.
It is proper for Kairuku-Hiri to split into electorate. We already have 2 district administrators. We already have 6 local governments administratively, and my people deserve. They deserve their fair share of development grants, like the rest of Papua New Guinea who are receiving in terms of DSIP.
According to President Rogia, the allocation of funding is not enough to build and maintain basic services to the people. He urged the Boundary Commission to fast-track the process and separate Kairuku from Hiri. Rogia is urging the people and levels of government to support this call.
It is a fight for all of us, and I think it is proper for all of us to team up as a united group to lobby our national MPs and to lobby every line agencies that are in line with the split of electorate in Papua New Guinea, which is Electoral Commission, the Department of Provincial Affairs, and the Minister for Intergovernment Relations, that it is fair and it is proper for you to do the honorable thing to split Kairuku and Hiri.
Similar concerns have been raised in the past 2 years by the Kairuku-Hiri MP Peter Isoaimo. He says if the electorate is separated, service delivery will be convenient in terms of funding.
Our 2 districts don't enjoy the full amount of annual appropriation of government at 10 million kina. If it were to be forthcoming in full in any one fiscal year, we'll spend 5 million for Hiri district people and 5 million for Kairuku district. Whether you like it or not, whether I am your member or somebody else is your member, the problem still stays the same.
Other electorates also in line for consideration by the Boundary Commission include Alatau, Talasia and Mulbaya. Joglopava Jr. National EMTV News.
National Fisheries Authority and relevant partners today attended a workshop on Port State Measures Agreement. The workshop is to identify interagency collaboration to manage entry into ports, use of ports, inspection and boarding of fishing vessels and related fishing activities. It also aims to identify challenges and how to address these challenges at each port.
The 3-day workshop, which started this morning at Lolowata Private Island Resort, saw participants from various government agencies and development partners in attendance. The purpose of the workshop is to provide an update on the Port State Measures Agreement and to understand what each agency does from port call to vessel departure. It is also to get an update from the line agencies on the work done and to identify challenges and how to address them.
This cannot be done alone in terms of the effectiveness of its implementation, and it requires the line government agencies or departments for us to collaborate so that we can see the full outcome and the intention of the measure.
Topics to be discussed in this workshop include port state measures in the Pacific, PSMA roles, responsibilities and linkage, and PSM implementation process and needs. National Agriculture Inspection and Quarantine Authority, including the National Maritime Safety Authority, will also discuss their roles and responsibility over fishing vessels. These also include PNG Ports and PNG Customs. According to NFA Deputy Managing Director, this workshop is part of similar ongoing workshops, and recommendations from these workshops will be presented before Parliament by the end of the year.
The port states measures support sustainable fisheries. It is a means of allowing port officials to inspect tuna fishing vessels that is suspected of being involved in illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing.
The expected outcomes of the workshop are to have an updated PSMA gaps and constraint metrics and to have a more coordinated port approach in port call and port entry management. They will also agree on a mechanism to share information and to establish an interagency national technical working group. The 3-day workshop, which started today, will end on Wednesday.
We established this relationship with the agencies in relation to our coordination, the best way to report, to provide report, the systems of reporting and sharing information.
Rayon Lakingu National, EMTV News.
More changes is expected in the coffee industry. This follows the swearing-in of the new Coffee Industry Corporation Board of Directors in Goroka recently. Vice Minister for Agriculture, Pogio Gate, says with the government investing heavily in agriculture, Gate says the coffee sector must now develop strategic links to embrace production output.
The swearing-in ceremony recently took place in the Eastern Islands capital. Board of Directors took their oath and pledged their service to serve the CIC board. There to witness was the Vice Minister for Agriculture, Pogio Gate. Gate says the board must ensure the industry is guided to greater heights.
We have to forget about the past, what I've done, what I've gone wrong. We have to do away with it, and now we have to focus. We have to be in a mood of driving this industry in a more economical way. That's where good farmers in the village can be benefited.
A total of 12 directors make up the CIC Board of Directors, 3 representatives from the national government and 9 from the coffee sector associations. A board member and owner of one of PNG's coffee exporter, Congo Coffee, is also part of the new board. Mr. Jerry Kapka says focus must be on production with price incentive, a bonus for coffee farmers.
In the last 20 years, we have not increased production. It has dropped to the lowest level last year. Can we change this around with the new board, with the full support of the government and the management of CIC?
The new board of directors will serve a term of 3 years. For CIC, the board must guide the agency to harness the coffee industry.
And I'm pretty sure with this board, I'm looking forward for those changes. We must take on challenges. If we need to move on with new, if we want to progress the industry, we must do away with the old stuff. And there are some policies that rest with the board. And this board that's now been appointed, I believe we can do some changes.
Jokla Power Jr., National, EMTV News.
PNG Nurses Association swore in 32 new executives today. The new executives will serve a term of 3 years from 2021 to 2023 and is comprised of national, regional and provincial branch executives.
During the swearing-in ceremony of the PNG Nurses Association, National President Frederick Kebai stressed about how the new executives should carry out their roles.
Our constitution is our governing tool that we must use in our daily operations. And that's where you should abide by when you're carrying out your duties as a nurse and as the union leader in the country.
Mr. Kebai, who will be in office for his second term as the national president, said taking up the leadership role is a voluntary task and will not be easy.
Most of the things you will do it above and below your normal hours. But since you have raised your hands up for that and you have been mandated by your members, it is your responsibility now to ensure your members deserve the best from you in terms of delivering the service they require.
Even though the government is facing financial issues, Mr. Kebai says it will not be a hindrance in them providing services.
But when the government is going through these trying financial times, we will also be struggling also. But that will not deter us from carrying our responsibility as a union president and as a nurse in terms of delivering quality and quantity of services to the mass population out there that we are pledged to serve them.
The branch presidents will return to their respective provinces on Wednesday. Podivai, National EMTV News.
You're watching National EMTV News. More stories after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to the news. A significant element of service, Her Majesty's Papua New Guinea ship Buna, the heavy landing craft, ended her naval career after over 40 years in the PNGDF maritime element. Her farewell last Friday marks the third Navy vessel to be decommissioned after years of serving the Papua New Guinea Defense Force.
Friday, 26th June 2021 marked the last day of service in the PNGDF's maritime element. Commissioned into the PNGDF in 1975, Her Majesty PNG ship Buna clocked in over 4,500 hours and sailed over 40,000 nautical miles. Deputy Commander of PNGDF, Captain Philip Polewara, says Buna was a home and became a training ground for many naval officers.
HMPNG's Buna contributed to making our careers. It was our home when we were away, our workplace away and alongside. And it was also our coffin set for noble sea burial, had our fate met the killer weather conditions at sea. But a sea quote tells me that an entire ocean of water can't sink a ship unless it gets inside the ship.
Buna served the PNGDF on numerous military missions, from sovereign patrols to disaster relief assistance, and played an important role during the Bougainville crisis.
They provided significant support platforms during the height of the Bougainville crisis. Salamoa is known for embarking a helicopter. On the other hand, Buna is known for mounting and operating the 81mm mortar. While Salamoa is already history, Buna will join her in history books.
During a decommissioning, her crew paraded for the last time in full ceremonial dress, before her flag was lowered for the final time at sunset. Theklagunka, National EMTV News.
Minister for Health and HIV and AIDS, Jelta Wong, said the two cancer facilities in Port Moresby and Lae are still under construction. Wong, who was in Lae last week, said the National Cancer Facility located at the Angau Provincial Hospital should be completed in line with the Angau redevelopment project. He said the government spent around 150 million kina for both facilities.
We hope to finish the Lae one in time with some of the buildings that we have here at Angau. The Port Moresby one, we have a donation from Kumo Holdings coming in a couple of weeks to continue the work. It's work in progress. Both cancer facilities are vital to the health of our Papua New Guineans. So the government, the Marape Basel government is really pushing to ensure that we fund both cancer buildings to ensure that our people don't have to travel anywhere outside of Papua New Guinea and they can be well looked after within country.
The National Gaming Control Board, through their Community Fund Give Back program, has backed a small community at Garahu Stage 3B for their community building initiatives. The Milner Drive community received 25 sewing machines and 25 desks to boost their initiative in creating a safe community. And as community representative, Nafu Wafi says this is just the beginning of great things.
The Milner Drive community received sewing machines and desks to help boost their community initiative, to unite their community, and make their neighborhood a safe place. Through the National Gaming Control Board's Community Fund Give Back program, the community can now progress on to learn new skills and at the same time know their neighbor.
This vision in taking back Papua New Guinea, I believe that there is a bigger picture, but when we have initiatives like this amongst Papua New Guineans themselves or those who are part of our community as well, we will truly take Papua New Guinea back in terms of economic empowerment.
The Milner Drive community started this initiative after a fight broke out in the neighborhood. Through this initiative, it gives the community a safe environment to get to know each other, to creating good friendships.
Day for us, we are so excited and we are looking forward of what will be the next level for our mothers here. Like I said, most of these mothers here are selling buai. Most of the mothers, they're just staying home, doing laundry and those kind of things. But did you see, we are dressing up. We dye our dress, we sew them ourselves. And then came in and give us this sewing machine. It's just taking to the next level.
Every Saturday, they meet together to learn new skills like tie-dyeing and now sewing with the new machines.
Very excited, we are all excited, and our the first sewing lessons will be next week Saturday. So we are all excited and looking forward to the sessions, the training sessions that we're going to have next week.
National Gaming Control Board CEO Imelda Agon hopes to see this community initiative grow to empower individuals as well challenge other neighborhoods and communities in PNG to create safe communities.
If our women here can start it can become the pilot project for other states within Gero and eventually impact the whole of Port Moresby.
Lilian Sopera-Kinea, National EMTV News.
South Pacific singing sensation and Solomon Islands design frontman Sean Rhee launched a new video clip on Friday with the famous Wame Blood Bender Brothers led by John Yawari. The new video clip titled Ba Yaru Mo is a one Solwara collaboration between Solomon Islands and PNG artists. This is the first song recorded under the newly established record label Wame Blood.
My name is Richie Saini, aka Sean from Design.
Richie Saini, or goes by Sean Rhee, known for his hit songs Karim Lewa, Kelly Ila, and many other heartwarming songs, is also a music producer under Breaking Record Studio based in Solomon Islands. Since hitting the shores of PNG, the Design lead singer has released a number of songs, including this. The new video clip titled Ba Yaru Mo, launched on Friday, features Wame Blood and Sean Rhee in what is described as a one Solwara collaboration between PNG and Solomon Islands. Sung in the Foya dialect of Kutubu in Southern Islands Province, it reflects the journey of our season in life with the challenges we go through.
The story is just basically keep playing in the rain. Time you got dry season, you got wet season. When we look at our life, there's always challenge. There's always ups and downs. You have the rain season, the wet season, and you have the dry season. You know we're going to turn by rain, you know we're going to turn by dry. So when we go in life, we have to balance from the rain reality, not from the sun.
The 2017 favorite song Mount Lemina, colored and mastered by Twinkle Fingers and one of PNG's top producers, the late Bradley Ralewa, or famous as Beard, was the spotlight for Wame Blood to shine in the music industry.
Long period of time, me don't looking face belong you.
Last year, the group released another redemption song, Hope for PNG, under the Breaking Records label.
We are the children of the Lord.
Since then, the group has been working closely with Shonri to release few more songs.
We have Maya Wane, also produced by Sonra. It's going to come out soon. And then we also have Ibla Harem or Boy Loya. We got Sambrigi Wandegi. It's also coming out. I think Mibla must got over 10 plus songs and stuff there.
The newly released song by Yarumo is an addition to your favorite music playlist and predicted to hit the chart list soon in PNG and the Pacific. Suli Suli and National EMTV News.
And now looking at the Nest Fund market report, the Kina opened unchanged at $0.2850 in the interbank market this morning. At Bank South Pacific, your Kina will buy $0.2775, $0.3615 Australian dollars, $0.3890 New Zealand dollars, and 30.13 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading higher, coffee, cocoa, and copper closed higher, palm oil closed lower, crude oil is trading lower, copper closed lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX 200 is trading lower, the All Ordinaries is trading lower.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. Rugby league competitions make their return to the University of Papua New Guinea, being played in the League 9's format, with students representing their schools taken to the field using games as warm-up matches for the regular season.
The inclusion of Rugby League 9s at the recently concluded Sports Festival held at the University of Papua New Guinea was another positive development for the code on campus. The governing body, UPNG Rugby Football League, held its own Rugby League 9s tournament a week prior to the festival and are now gearing up for the regular season.
But we have our competitions as well. We have registered under the PNG RFL as well, so we have our own competitions. We have played our 9s already, sponsored by the SRC. We finished last week, and now we've come join the our administration with the student services, and we've hosted this Unity Festival. So,
with the UPNG RFL becoming a fully affiliated member of the national body, the PNG RFL paves the way for the association to benefit from the technical support provided by the national governing body. This partnership will better educate the players on the rules of the game, ultimately lifting the standard of play on the field and the officiating of matches.
With the PNG RFL supporting the UPNG RFL, I see that there's a because we have a knowledgeable players in the comp as well. So it's sort of a learning ground for them as well, especially for the referees. You know, the boys they kind of know very well the rules of the game and all that. So it's a learning ground for them. But the assistant has been so good over this 9s tournament. We've seen they've been supporting us with whatever we need. And
Huxley Lovai, Trukai Sports.
Port Moresby Rugby Football League club, the Dobo Warriors, are looking forward to the 2021 season. The team has been with their naming rights sponsor, Edaranu, for more than 20 years, and this time they will be sponsored by Water PNG, which had merged recently.
The name Dobo Warriors is synonymous to Koyari in the Central Province, and is also the name of their rugby league team that has been playing in the Port Moresby Rugby League competition for the past 20 years.
Dobo Warriors is a Koyari club. It's been in the Port Moresby Rugby League for almost 24 years. We made it to the premiership in 2017. We are putting more emphasis on young players, young boys. Dobo Warriors has produced a lot of digital club players as well as a couple of Kumuls, Koyari boys.
Edaranu has partnered with Dobo Warriors since 1997, and with Water PNG now taking over Edaranu, so too the Dobo Warriors sponsorship.
We've been using the brand name Edaranu Dobo Warriors for about 24 years. This year that has changed after Water PNG has met and Edaranu has been left out. However, Board of PNG has assured us that it has taken on board the commitments of Erurano, which is very good.
60,000 kina has been committed by Water PNG to the Dobo Warriors, and the team will soon get a new set of jerseys and also share in the benefits of sponsorship.
Erurano has committed about 6,000 to Kairuku Rugby League, which we are thankful of, as well as to Dobo Warriors. 6,000 to us, and we have purchased a couple of jerseys, 2 for men and 1 for women, and we're hoping to engage our players to be paid some money for match payments, whether they win or they lose.
The Warriors are taking part in the Port Moresby Rugby Football League pre-season 9s and have so far, in the first week, won all their scheduled matches.
Wish all the boys success, and as well as those supporters and those former players who are there. The club is now set to go into Port Moresby Rugby League 2021 competition. Thank you.
Fidelis Sukina, Trukai Sports.
27 national squad athletes from around the country will be in Port Moresby by the end of this week for the first part of the Athletics PNG Grand Prix Series. Best athletes in the country will come together for the first time since their last meeting in December 2020. The Grand Prix is an elite-level competition aimed at athletes vying for places in the national teams for 2022 international sporting events such as the Commonwealth Games. Athletics PNG President Tony Green said this event is crucial to helping athletes stay motivated and focused after the deferral of the 2021 National Championship. The Grand Prix will consist of 3 meets of just 2 hours duration, starting 4 p.m. this Friday and will continue through to Saturday. The last session will be on Monday, 5th of July. Member for Moresby South Justin Chechenko today launched the Moresby South Motukoita Netball Tournament. The tournament will see the participation of Vabukori, Kirakira, Pari and other East Motukoita villages. This is the second time the tournament will be hosted. The event will now be held annually.
Netballers around the Motukoita East region today gathered at the Southside Fitness Center to begin the Moresby South Motukoita Netball Tournament. Local MP Justin Chechenko was accompanied by Motukoita Assembly Chairman Daddy Toka Jr. and President of the PNG Netball Federation, Ulato Ave, to officially launch the tournament.
Through Netball PNG, for you young girls to have an opportunity to be a PNG netball star. But it's all up to you. It's all up to you to get to that level, and this competition assists you. It's one of the stepping stones. It's one of the stepping stones for you to become a PNG netball star into the future.
The chairman, in support of the tournament, urged the passionate netballers to showcase their potential during the course of the games.
There's a lot of raw talent here, and this is the right platform to show whether you want to be a netball star in the future or whether you want to do it for fun.
The Moresby South Motukoita Netball is a PNG Netball Federation sanctioned tournament. President of the PNG Netball Federation said they are working hard to introduce new strategies for competitions at the national level.
One of the strategies that the Netball PNG has introduced is to change the competition format. We'd like to see provincial participation at the national championships rather than district participation.
The competition will be played in the junior division, intermediate and seniors. For the junior division trophy, the one-week tournament will be played in honor of a former member of the tournament, late Komi Geita. She was an active participant of the Moresby South Motukoita Netball Tournament but passed away in a natural disaster. Her parents were present to witness the launching.
The trophy for the grand champion for the junior competition is named in her honor and will be there forever for those young women to aspire to be just like her.
Suli Suli, Trukai Sports.
And that story wraps up Trukai Sports. The weather report after these messages. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoniPlus, with you always.
Weather forecast for tonight and tomorrow. Southern region, Port Moresby, mostly fine, partly cloudy with chances of light evening showers. Popondetta, partly cloudy with brief showers.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoniPlus, with you always.
And that's the news, sports and weather for Monday, 28th of June 2021. Pleasant viewing, be safe, bye for now.